Hey developers, today we're going to look at the Composition API again, but this time I'm going to take an existing component that I have from an old app, and I'm going to take a look at it and see if I can convert it over to the Composition API and see how that process goes. I haven't done this before in this app, so we'll see if I run into any issues. Make sure you stay all the way to the end and you can find out all about it. Hey, and if you guys like these type of videos, make sure you click that like button, subscribe, that helps me out. So if you don't know, my name is Eric. I'm a full stack software developer, and I also like Vue.js a lot. So I do a lot of Vue videos and a lot of tips for JavaScript and web developers. So if that's your gig, then let me know in the comments below. Let me know if you're a web developer, and make sure you click subscribe. So you guys are all familiar with the Composition API. Here it is right here. So we know, and if you've watched my last videos, that we can add Vue Composition API into a Vue 2 app a few different ways. So let's add it in this way. We're going to take an existing app, and I'm going to just run this npm install. I have my terminal open. I already have Visual Studio Code open. I'm going to hit enter here, and this will install it, and this will just take a second. Okay, so it's installed. Now I want to run npm run serve, and npm run dev. And that will start the development server. Now, one other thing it does, it mentions that we need to actually, so here's the app, by the way. It's just really simple. It just lists a cart and some information you can add to the cart. But let's say we want to add in the Composition API. So if we look at the directions, it tells us we need to add this in and use a vue.use. So we'll go into our app view, actually our main file. We'll make sure we add it in here, and then we have to do vue.use and then this Vue Composition API. If I can type it right. Composition API. There it is. So we should have access to it. Now I'm going to go back to my main component here, and we'll take a look at it here. And by the way, I'm using Synthwave 84 before you guys leave a comment. That is the theme I'm using. So if, like you see here, import my header. So the name's iMain. I have this data object, has the products and cart, have components, have this big methods, cart count, computed, some few computed properties, and some filters. Now filters, there is no way to do filters inside the Composition API. So we'll have to leave that there. And I think I even read somewhere that they might be thinking about deprecating filters at some point. I'm not entirely sure, but right now we won't worry about filters. But we do have a created hook, so we can probably move that over. So let's start with the easiest. Let's see if we can get the products and cart in here. Well, let's do the created. See, what the problem is if we do one part of it, we don't have access to this, and as soon as we're in the setup. And when we add the Composition API, so if we only add one part of it, it might break other things because it's not there any longer. But let's take a look here. So we should have a setup now. This is part of the Composition API, and we can now create some consts. So we're going to create products, and that will equal ref, and we'll have it actually since. Let's do this. We'll do const. We'll create products, and we'll have that be a reactive object, and we'll have just an empty object in there. And by the way, we have to import all this stuff in. So if we go back to the guidelines, it's from the Vue Composition API. So we should be able to use reactive. Let's take a look. So we're going to grab this, go back here, make sure we are actually importing it in, and then we don't want this. We're going to actually import in reactive. And I'm going to just call this P1. And I'm just going to see if there's any errors if I return P1. And you always return it as an object like this. And if we go back here, I don't see any errors. I'm going to look in the console. Failed to load resource. I'm not going to worry about that. Okay. So it definitely is working. I think if I let's do another one. Let's add in ref here as well. And we're going to go test and see if this works. So usually I use reactive for objects, and oops, let me close this. And then I use ref for everything else other than objects. So I'm going to put 0 here. And I'm going to return test as well. I'm just going to see if it shows up. Test. Cool, I see 0 there, so it's definitely working. That's good to know. Okay, so what we need to do is we can have a reactive object here. Let's call it, let's see if we can get away with just calling it reactive, calling it products. And then in this products, we're just gonna have an empty array. So it'll go like that. And I wonder, yeah, we're getting error now because P1 isn't defined. We just deleted it. I wonder if we return the products at the same time, we have an error because it doesn't understand the setup has an empty products array in it. So I'm going to create another thing here, cart, and I'll have that be a ref, and I'll have it be the array there. Okay, so far so good. We'll have cart right here. So essentially we can probably just remove this whole data object right now. Once again, we don't have anything displayed because we've kind of removed everything it normally does. So now here we have all these methods. So let's see if we can convert all these methods over. And I'm just going to copy and paste them. And these are all going to be variables now. So we can do const add to cart. That'll be that'll equal an arrow function now. There it is. And we don't need commas here. Right here. So I think yep, here it is. So const check rating. So this will just take a moment. All right, cool. So now we have all the methods here that are set up. And now we should be able to go in and comment them out, which we'll do. And now we have computed properties, so we can bring these over as well. So I'm going to copy and paste them. And then set them up as const in here. Okay, so now we have our computed properties, and once again we're going to have to get rid of all the thises from them. Okay, cool. So we got all of thises, so now we should be able to comment the whole computed properties out. And we're going to leave the filters, of course. But we're going to, let's see if we can move over the created, this created lifecycle hook. So lifecycle hooks. So with the lifecycle hooks, you can see here there's actually no, there's no created any longer. So there's no before create. It says use setup, created use setup. So we'll just put the code directly in setup instead of using created. So that'll make it a little bit easier. So I'll just have this function run right away. So as soon as this thing runs, it'll go ahead and just run this axios.get. And once again, we'll have to get rid of products. And it should save it into products right here. And we'll just get rid of this dot here. Cool, so now we moved everything over. Okay, everything is coming out now. We have to actually expose all these methods to and return them. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, cool. So now we have kind of taken everything and moved it over to the setup. So let's see if it still works. Okay, so it looks like we have an error here, and it says you actually can't, it's read-only, because we set a const and then we were just changing the value itself instead of changing the object. So we could fix this a couple of different ways. We can go back to Axios here, and we could have products, something reactively in the products update. So to do that, I think this is easiest. I'm going to add a list, and that list is just going to be an array. And now I should be able to go in and fix that. So now instead of products, it'll be products.list. But the problem with adding products.list here is that products is also used in this sorted products. So now I have to change this sorted products to products.list.length and products.list.slice. And that should fix that. Cool. So now we have everything. But if I hit add to cart, I now get an error that cart.push is not a function. So what we can do, since we have it as a ref here, we actually have to, reactive, you can access it directly, but cart you have to use, since it's a ref, you have to access it with .value. So we can just make that quick update. So this is cart.value.push. And let's see here, where else is it? Cart.value.length and cart.value.length here and here. Cool. And we'll save it. And if we try it again, cool, now it's working. So now we have it updating every time we push. So that was easy. All right, now that's about it. So the one thing we could do to make these things a little bit easier, we could move all this code into its own file, like a used pet store file, and then just start importing it all in, and that would be clean it up a lot. We could also create multiple files. We could create one for the methods, one for the computer properties, one for the lifecycle hooks, and then kind of group it up per feature, which would be really cool. But we're not going to do it in this video today because it's going a little long. So let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below. Thanks.